Bro, look at this fucking snow. Oh, fuck. Oh, my shoe. No! You're dead ass right now. Are you?
Okay, I'm guessing you guys would rather listen to me ramble. Well, I fixed that. Hello, I'm here. How are you today? Let me fix that. I just added a bunch this morning. I'm gonna fuck up and fuck this shit all out. I added a lot more bit alerts today, just this morning. Where do I need to go for this? I need to go to alerts. No, I need to go to channel points. I know how things work. No, I don't. That's a lie. It's always a lie. Viewer rewards. That's what I want. And then I want channel points.
You want to take a nap?
I'm taking a nap here.
Okay, take a nap right there. Good night.
Good night.
Okay, edit this guy. And I forgot to flip this.
Sometimes the world looks perfect. Nothing.
I clicked the wrong one. I know what I'm doing. No, I don't. I've never known what I'm doing. Okay. There, that should no longer go into the rewards queue. Let me... Do I... Oh, come on, buddy. I was gonna do one. It's going so slow. Come on, baby. You can do it. I know you're chugging already. But after this, we can just focus on art and we'll be fine. Since I have infinite beans, it makes more sense for me to do it.
Fucking snow.
There, that should no longer go into the reward queue if it's saved. Oh, the fat and sassy goes in there too. I need to fix that too. Okay. This is what happens when I add things at the very start of the morning when I'm eating breakfast. I just forget everything, apparently. I know what I'm doing. No, I don't. Anyway, how is everybody? Hi. Yeah, I think I'm gonna need to boost those. So Kuro made me some sounds to use for the Halo Mama doing amazing and then the Go Piss Girl, and they're probably all quieter than the other stuff, so I'm gonna need to figure out how to do sounds. Which I never understood how to do sounds, so there. Skip reward queue. Thank you. Alright. I will do a stretchy. I'll also take a sippy. Oh, stretching! Yeah. They're good though. Kuro has good voice, but they are quiet. So I will need to try and figure out a way to boost those. I can probably do that in GarageBand somehow. But that will also require me remembering to do it, which is another task entirely. Okay, I've stretched. I've taken a sippy. You can kind of see the sketch on here. I did actual pencil instead of colored pencil. We're doing something a little more abstract today. If you follow me on the Tumblrs, you may have a hint about what we are doing today. Because I thought about it while I was modeling on Tuesday. Tuesday? Yes, Tuesday. Because I have these super old photos I took. I will have a treat. I will have a treat. I have these really old photos that I took of tea steeping in like 2011 or something like that. And I was thinking like, okay, so the color of green that we're doing, this like green apatite, here's the pickle we did last time. It kind of reminds me of like that kind of algae underwater kind of vibe. So I was like, what can I use? Like, what can I do water-wise that would be kind of cool for that? And then I remembered these photos, and the tea itself is not green, obviously, but I like the idea of making something look kind of underwatery with like just underwater detritus kind of vibe, and having it be a little abstract so that you can read into the shapes whatever you want. So we're doing a painting based on this photo, but we're gonna make it green, and I'm gonna name it the word for reading tea leaves. Honestly, some of my best ideas for art have come while I'm modeling, and I think maybe I just need to plot out like an hour a week where I just sit and stare at a wall and think, because it helps, which was absolutely wild. Okay, I have a treat in my mouth now. Thank you, Parker. But so here, I'll show you. I just edited this a little bit so that I can see the green style. So we're gonna do the apatite green and some viridian hue, and maybe some cobalt teal in here on the side for the lighter tones. But I really like the way in this photo where we have some like really interesting highlights in here in like random spots, which is clearer without the funny colors on it. But like right there where we get the light rim effect, I really like that. So we're gonna try to do that. I also realized last night as I was falling asleep that I kind of didn't leave any space to tape this down on the edges, but we are going to need to tape it down because I'm doing the whole sheet. So we're just gonna see how that goes, and maybe some of the shapes get cut off. It'll be fine. Yeah, sorry, Parker. This month is bad for your eyeballs. Usually I cut this because I'm anal, but I'm not going to do that today. We're going to be a little bit of a messy bitch today. Because, I mean, that's just on brand. I'm trying to make this look straight for you, but I'm not good at making things straight. Ayo. Oh, I also did, on my Instagram story and on my art Tumblr, I did do text for this to make a sticker yesterday that says "Gimme dat," and then you just have the pickle underneath. I'm not sold on the font that I did yet. I say font that I did. It's not a font. I drew it. I'm not sold on the typography I did for that yet. So if anybody has an opinion, let me know. I got one I like it from someone. Well, I guess two, technically, because I showed it to my brother and he liked it too, so. But we are going to start out with some blues, so it probably won't get too bad, Parker, until we get further along. Because I think what I want to do is lay down a lighter kind of blue-green and then do some masking fluid over the top to keep those highlights light while I'm messing with the other darks. Because we are going to get to like straight up black near the bottom here. And we'll see. That's fair. I mean, purple's a good color. So. I'm gonna need to change that shape that's on the edge a little bit. That's okay. That is not anywhere near straight. Miss Thing, get it together. There, that's better. Okay. So, doing stuff and thing. Do I have anything else to say? I don't know that I do have anything important. I took Tuesday off because I was feeling massively overwhelmed, and that was the right choice. Just gotta say. I did have a good time modeling on Tuesday because this was in the chattier class, which is always fun. And I actually made a friend, I think. So that's good. I could tell that we were meant to be friends because she recognized that my gummy bears were Albanese gummy bears from halfway across the room. She's like, oh, gummy bears, are those the Albanese ones? And I'm like, yes, they're the best ones. And she's like, I know, I can never go back to another brand. And I was like, oh my God, we're meant to be friends, clearly. But she also sells art and stuff here, which is super cool. So hopefully we get to talk more. Because we both kind of bonded over anxiety too. So it was nice. Wild concept that actually leaving your house makes you more likely to make IRL friends. Sounds fake, I know, but apparently that's the case. So we're gonna start with a Viridian Hue layer here. And I might add some phthalo blue to this too, actually. But we do want lighter on this side, and there's just a few spots up here that have lighter, just like water spots to it. I am going to need to refill my Viridian Hue in my palette though, because there is not a lot there. But what's everybody else been doing this week? Oh, I also started, okay. That's actually probably what I should have led with. I started a solo Stardew playthrough. Because Trisha finally got me. I've been watching everybody play Stardew, and every time I see it, I'm like, oh, maybe I want to play Stardew, because I already own it. But Trisha finally got me, and then I played it for like 8 hours straight, which is just how that game works, I think. But... Okay, I was going to refill that paint. That was the next step. Because there ain't enough in there. I have too much stuff. I have too much stuff. Okay. Viridian Hue, right there. Super visible. Love that for me. I do think I want to add some of the phthalo blue to this too. Oh my god, open! One of the things that I have noticed now that I've accepted the fact that I'm hypermobile is that it really affects my grip strength. Which makes sense, because I've never had a super strong grip. But it's because my fingers don't stay in place when I grab stuff really hard. Ooh! What are you hunting? And what spreadsheet? I need to know all of the details. I'm guessing the spreadsheet is related to the shiny hunting, because I do know you a little bit. Do I need to refill any other colors while I'm here? I guess the sap green I can refill. I think that's it though. I still need to buy the other watercolors. I love how I finished that swatching and then was like, the job is done, even though that was not the entire job. That's just how my brain works. AKA it doesn't. Okay. I'm also just like really vibing and singing along with music today. I was listening to my own stuff before I started stream, as you do. And I was just like dancing and being crazy. I mean, I'm always crazy, specifically related to the music. Yeah. Yeah, are you doing sun? Because I know that I told you should do the sun one. Okay. I wanted to add some phthalo blue. Brain work? Don't know that. Don't know how that works. So I do need that to be lighter, but I am gonna do more green over this too, so we can make it darker and it'll be fine. Ooh, that was more pigmented than I expected. That's fine though. We got this. Also, it's abstract, so like I don't need to worry about it too much, honestly. But I do want to do some of the like water shadows while this is still wet. Oh, good! Congratulations! I have a lot of stuff in various Discords muted just because I'm in enough Discords that I want to keep up on that I get overwhelmed and then I mute all of Discord and that's not good. So I actually have Shiny Splendor muted. But congratulations! Okay, doing this, that's what I'm doing. And I want to do that with the green. Okay. I thought about how I was gonna do this. We'll see how well I actually manage it. But yeah, I'm in a lot of places. Just because I feel like I should be, I guess. Well, I mod for a lot of places, so I do actually need to be like at least somewhat available in many places. But boy, is it easy to get overwhelmed. I also just, at this point, the Discord on my computer has no sounds. I've turned off all the sounds for alerts on it. And in no server do I have it so that I get a notification anytime anybody says something. Oh, yeah, that's way more than I'm in. I have like maybe 10 that I don't have fully muted, and that still overwhelms me. I don't do well with a lot of sounds in general. So like anytime I get a notification, like even just the bubble messes with me, if I'm being honest. So, I don't know. Just too many things going on in my space make me insane. Which is so funny because I'm like the messiest person alive. I really like the color that this is making on the edge. It looks different in person, but trust me. Trust me, bro. I do think I want to mix some blue in with this. Yeah, I was even like, I had a group chat and then somebody else DMing me the other day, and it was so many like little notification bubbles that I was like, I am going to lose my mind. I may go back through here and add some lighter stuff. I don't know. We'll see how dark I get this. Because I do want it to be quite dark. Mostly at the bottom, but I do want it to be... Yeah. This one is worth it to me, but it just... I don't know. People have different... Also, this is in addition to point. But people have different, like, texting styles. And, you can often tell what age of the internet they grew up in depending on how they type. Because, like, so me and my age kind of people generally type in a whole paragraph and then send all thoughts at once. And people who are a bit younger than me, who were more raised on, like, instant messengers, tend to send thoughts individually in individual lines. And at a certain point, the individual lines send me insane because it's too many notifications in a row. It drives me bonkers. And that's not like everybody changed this to suit me. It's just the way that it is. Kind of a thing that I need to get used to. But I'm not good at that. Because I would rather read a paragraph of stuff all at once and have gotten one notification. It's just one of those weird things. What was I doing? I was darkening down here. That's what I was doing. Try and get some color slops in here. That's a professional term, just in case you didn't know. Color slops. Yeah, that's fair, Parker. And I'm often like that too. I'm definitely a chronic reactor, if you will. So I'll react to somebody's statement to be like, oh yes, I see and acknowledge this and send you a hug or whatever, versus actually saying something a lot of the time. Hello, whoever that was. Hi, Shawnee. I thought it might be Shawnee, but I didn't want to be wrong.
Bro, look at this fucking snow.
I may make that one quieter too. Or just remove the sound altogether, because I think maybe it's funnier to just see the shoes sliding away.
Are you?
I do like the sound that cat makes. It's very fun. Hi, how you doing? Okay, I will do that after I finish this step, Parker. Give me just a second here. Well, it's gonna be more than a second. You know how it go. Me trying to figure out what my lines mean. This is the problem with like sketching something out the night before. I think that's about right. Ooh, that looks way streakier on cam than it does in person. That's interesting. I don't mind it. Affirmation card. I'm going to do this off screen because I've taped the I've taped the wet paper to the thing here. We'll do this. Do a little shuffle-rooney. But I cannot do the bridge on the painting. I'm gonna need to do it on my leg. That's the only space there is. Yeah, that's fair. That's fair, Parker. Okay. And you wanted right side. So it's gonna be this one. Hoi! The path to peace requires relaxation. Let yourself rest. That's good advice. I took that advice this week, as a matter of fact. Get back in the box. Get back in the box. Thank you. We'll leave that here. I could probably leave that there. If it gets a little paint on it, that's fine. That one is a pretty card. Okay, I dig what's happening up here. This looks so different in person. I think I need to bump the saturation up a little bit on the camera. For this, cameras also just aren't great at capturing blues and greens. That looks a little closer. Yeah, I think that's as close as I can get this camera to getting. Yeah, for sure. Being reminded to rest is like one of the most difficult things about existence, in my opinion. Because, like, I don't know about anybody else, but I feel guilty when I'm not doing stuff. And part of that is just I have ADHD brain, so I've been told that I'm lazy a lot in my life because I have executive dysfunction. But there's also, like, ooh, that's nice, Parker. I actually got vaguely enough sleep last night. I went to bed really early. I actually don't want to do that yet. I changed my mind. I want to let this dry a little bit, and then we'll put some masking fluid, I think, for the highlights. I can speak. Thank you, Mouth. That was very helpful of you. I was saying something. What was it? Oh, like I went to bed early last night and I felt guilty about it, which is stupid. I was like, I'd already done a lot of work that day. I was getting up early so that I could do more work. Hi, you count as work technically. And it's just like my brain was just like, oh, I need to latch onto something to feel guilty about, so this is going to be it. I'm like, can we just not feel guilty? We didn't do anything wrong. Can we just not do that? No, that's illegal. I will shout out a book, actually. Laziness Doesn't Exist by Devin Price. I read that last year and I found that very helpful. I mean, it's kind of reiterating stuff that I already knew, but it helps to hear it from somebody who has doctor at the front of their title. Oh, I hope you feel better, Parker. I don't know. I even feel guilty when I'm sick, which is just ridiculous. Brains are ridiculous. Yeah, the camera really doesn't like these colors. That's okay, though. We'll live. I think it's Laziness Does Not Exist. I'm trying to remember because I always get the title wrong. I check my list. Laziness Does Not Exist by Devin Price. There we go. Yeah, for sure. And like, what's wild to me is some people's brains aren't like this. How does that work? What do you do if your brain doesn't just tell you you're a loser all the time? Do you just like do things and feel fine about it? That sounds fake. Like, sorry, if you have one of those brains that like doesn't beat you up at the end of the day because of things you did and didn't do, please take a moment to appreciate it, because I would appreciate it. You know? Like, that just sounds like such a blessed existence. How does that work? I don't know. It doesn't make sense to me. I am missing things in this kit. Did I set it someplace else? Well, that'll do. I have these little silicone nail tools that I use for my masking fluid. Don't use a paintbrush for masking fluid. It will ruin it. There's no way to avoid it. So I use the silicone tips, but I have other ones, other shapes. This is not the best shape for this job, but we can manage. I don't know where my other ones are though. Where did I put it? Nobody knows. Oh yeah, go for it. The author of that one is actually on Tumblr too. Fun fact. And not to like this I'm saying this with love and not rudeness. I could kind of tell that the author had been on Tumblr at the same era that I was. Which is a good thing. It just read very inclusive in the same way that Tumblr was. And still is, kind of. I mean, despite the CEO's best attempts. I'm still not over the way the CEO responded to that. His response to being accused of being transphobic was to say, love is love. And I'm like, wow, you do not understand anything at all. That's not the argument to be made here. Yeah, thank you. Yeah, the author is very, wow, thank you, brain, for just stopping in the middle of making that sentence. Very yo-ho-ho, because they don't make a lot of money from, or he doesn't make a lot of money from the book sales. I think this is still too wet to really do this properly, but like, I just want to do it. what I should do is, yeah, perfect. They do, I need to stop doing that. He does post a lot of good articles and stuff on his Substack too. So it's a good resource to have. He also wrote another book that I read, Unmasking Autism, which made me realize how much I've actually been masking in my life, which was a little hard to deal with. But good author, would recommend. I don't follow him on Tumblr, but I check in on his Tumblr every once in a while. I think it's time for a blow dryer because I'm impatient. So I'm going to mute my mic, but it's probably going to make my PNG tuber pop up, which is going to be really funny for all of us. So I'll be right back, kind of. Okay, I'm back. It didn't actually make my PNG tuber pop up. The PNG tuber popping up in the middle there was me going, oh, it doesn't make it. And yeah, Shawnee, it's a lot to deal with, honestly. Because I kind of, like, I knew that I don't process things when I'm in a room with other people, ever. I, like, put it into a little box in my head, and then I deal with it when I'm by myself. And I kind of realized that that was because I was never really given the space to safely experience emotions. So that's fun. But now that I know that, I at least know what's going on. So I know to give myself extra time when I'm processing something. Because I won't do it when I'm around other people. But yeah, okay. I think this is probably dry enough. If it tears the paper, it tears the paper and we'll live, you know? And I also need to figure out where all I want to do this, because we have like a little bubble here that I can deal with afterwards. The fact that this is also blue colored and so is the paper at this point is going to be a little difficult. Me choosing something that's difficult? It's more likely than you think. But we do have like some edges that kind of pop. Yeah, exactly, Shawnee, exactly. Because a lot of the stuff that I struggled with, I would talk to my mom about. She'd go, oh, well, everybody deals with that. Because she had also dealt with it. And so seeing a lot of this stuff and going, oh, not everybody does XYZ is like both freeing in a way, because I realize that, you know, other people struggle with this, but also kind of pisses me off a little bit. Because, like, I don't know, I didn't have to deal with all that, but I did anyway, you know? And I wouldn't say that I can stably handle emotions. I wouldn't. I'm getting better at it, but I still definitely have some issues. Which I don't think that's hot takes. I think that's pretty clear. But I've gotten better at, like, actually asking for help. I've gotten better at talking to people instead of just waiting until I overload myself like a pressure cooker, which is how I used to describe myself. So progress can be made. But I will say that streaming also helps with that, because I forget what the right word for it is, but there are like bids that you make for processing emotions in very small doses in a safe way for you. And one of the ways that you can do that is by just saying something to somebody else and then moving on from what you said. So like I've been processing a lot of this stuff with my mom because I've talked about it on stream. And so I say a sentence or something that's been in my head, and everybody goes, "Ah, yeah, man." And then we move on. And that's actually like part of processing grief healthfully, which for a while in my life I really wasn't allowed to do. Where is that? What did I do? Nobody knows. I changed a lot of these shapes and kind of like scrunched some stuff, so I don't exactly know where everything is, which is fine. I don't need to know. It's abstract. It's fine. Yeah, for sure. Yep. So I don't know. There's a thing with my family where we aren't allowed to talk about emotions until there's a certain point reached, and then after that we just pretend like it never happened, and that's not good for my brain. So I've been working on like breaking that, and I'll just bring up little things instead of waiting until the big thing explodes, which is like, it's work. It's work for me, but we're getting there. And I definitely do better at processing things now than I used to, just because one, I have people who make me feel safe to do that, which I didn't for a while. And two, I don't know, I have people who ask after me too, which is helpful. Is that really all the spots that I want? I felt like there was gonna be more. Maybe I add more in just for kicks and giggles. There are a couple spots in the far beneath here. So let's just do like right there probably. Maybe one over here. Just a couple little ones. Just to break up the darkness. A little bit. Because really, for the most part, the bottom of this is like black, but I would like to add some more stuff in it, and I'm allowed to do that because it's my art and I make the rules. What spot is that? I already did that. There is kind of one right along here. Let's do that. You're welcome to word dump in chat if you feel up to it, Shani, but like I'm not forcing you to. I'm just giving you permission if you want to. If you feel like that's helpful, then go for it. I don't have a problem with it. And again, it's my chat and I make the rules. We do have a couple little bubbles there. And some more in here, so let's add those. Just little bits. Yeah, of course. We're friends, just in case you weren't clear on that. So, I don't know. I realize that I'm very free with my friendship, which I don't think is a bad thing. But I think other people sometimes don't realize that I think of them as friends, because I do so, like, immediately, because I'm just like that. Is that everything? I still feel like I'm missing something. I guess there's some bubbles right there. Let's do... There. Okay. I feel better about that. So we just have a few spots where you can actually see that pretty well on stream. It's harder to see in person because there's blue there that the camera isn't picking up. So those spots will remain white. Well, light, not white. while we do the rest of this, but I need to let that dry first, otherwise it's going to spread all over the canvas and welt the paper and make my brushes useless. So oh, did I submit my timesheet? I don't think I did. We are gonna darken up here a bit more. I don't think that I like how light this spot is right here. And again, this isn't like a huge deal. It's gonna be fixable. But I do need to think about that. My brain is just thinking about all the things I need to do, and that's not helpful, brain. Thank you, though. Thank you, though. We're working on this right now. Calm down. I think that I will fold some paper stars while I'm sitting here. Because I can. Here, they've got some shiny black. Let's do that. I may also need to take off my wrist brace because it is annoying me. Some days it's like super helpful and some days it's like makes me want to peel my own skin off. Which is great. Love that about my brain. Still on the neurodivergence train with that one. I also need to redo my nails because the ends are far enough up my fingernails that it annoys me. Many things annoy me. I think that's just being alive, though. But at a certain point when the nail wraps grow out, the bottom of them are high enough up off your fingernail that it catches your hair. Yeah, stars! Which I should do stars as command, actually, while I'm thinking about it. If you don't already follow stars, you should follow stars. Toasted stars, to be precise. She's a cool streamer. Is you! Yeah, stars is definitely worth a follow. One of the coolest nerds I know. Oh man, I don't think I mentioned that. So I mentioned that Rainbow Sheep was doing a little award ceremony for her community. I don't think I mentioned that I got multiple awards in that, which shocked me, if I'm being honest. Because the first one I won was the Most Not Lame Award. And I was like, wow, I've fooled a lot of people. Whoops. Because, this is not me being self-deprecating. I am lame. I am lame and I'm free. I got Most Not Lame. I got Biggest Brain, because I share a bunch of random fun facts. And I got something else that I'm not going to remember. What was it? Oh, one of my quotes won too, which I don't think counted. But one of my out of context quotes that was on the list was Automod knew I said it with lust in my heart, which is just accurate. In general, honestly. What was the other one? This is gonna drive me nuts. I'm gonna need to look at it. I think there's a list somewhere. Oh, my phone has just been on in my pocket this whole time. That's something. Hopefully opening Discord on my phone does not mess with Discord hearing my voice on my computer. I'm not sure where the list went. I don't remember. Oh yeah, you can if you want. I don't know if it was actually posted anywhere, actually. Now that I'm looking. I don't remember. But I do remember that I won things and I was surprised by it every single time. Maybe it's just in the base chat, which means it would have been a while ago. Rainbow is also doing an uncapped tip-a-thon right now to save her computer. No, I don't think a list was posted. I know she was gonna post the whole thing on YouTube at some point. But Rainbow actually reached her goal to replace her computer last night, which means she had to make stretch goals, which is exciting. And also means that she had like a lot of things reached that she's gonna have to do. But I'm glad that she got enough money to replace her computer. But any extra money she gets is like going back into Stream and like sticker funds and stuff like that. So cool. I'm trying to remember what that other one was. Because I remember in my speeches, yeah, she's doing the Gunpla today. And she showed us her cringe furry art yesterday. I don't say cringe out of meanness. I'm pretty sure she described it herself that way. Which was very amusing. There was also a Q&A with her boyfriend that happened. Yeah, I don't know. She might have deleted the VOD. I'm not sure. But I mean, it was just like... I'm not trying to be dismissive here. It was pretty standard early 2000s furry art. Honestly, because she showed a lot of stuff that was on paper that she had drawn when she was younger, and it just, I don't know, it looked like the general thing that you do when you're a teenager and you're drawing stuff. You do like anime body proportions, and you refuse to draw hands, and you know, make a little edgelord. That's just how it works. Because, like, I definitely went through a phase where I only drew Gurr from Invader Zim in high school. I wonder if I have any pictures of that anywhere. Probably not. I might still have a notebook with some Gurr in it. I don't know. I definitely still have some of my highlighter art from high school, which I could show at some point. That's in the other room. I found a notebook of it. But I should go through my stuff because part of the thing of setting up my website is making like a gallery of all of my artwork. And I'm splitting that into years for one of them. So I've got like projects. So like the Year of Lyrics project and the Color and Focus project and that kind of stuff. And then I also am doing it by year, which means at a certain point I'm just going to have earlier works and have a bunch of my old stuff. So I have like a photo of something I drew in crayon for my dad when I was like 5 or something. I have some stuff from high school to put in there just to kind of like, I don't know, show progression and show that I'm just a person who does things sometimes, which is my tagline. I think all of this is dry now. I think that was the right amount of... There's a bubble in that. That's fine. I think that was the right amount of paper to grab on accident. Love it when that happens. But splitting that all into years is going to take forever. But if I can find some of my stupid GURR drawings, I'll definitely post them. Because I know the highlighter art I started doing when I was in high school. I think I can tell because it's in a high school notebook, but that has my class on the front of it that I clearly did not actually use for class. I'm pretty sure that was the class that I was forced to take and I didn't want to. But, well, I mean, I guess that's true of basically all classes in high school. Except for musical theater. I did want to take musical theater. But yeah. I don't remember where I was going with that. Which is fine. I don't need to know things. Knowing things is just happenstance. Okay. We do need to get this darker. I also need to figure out what I'm doing there. How do I want to approach this? Probably should have thought about that before I put paint on the brush, but yes, 'cause that definitely needs to get darker. We have some lighter spots in there. Sorry, I know this doesn't really make any sense to anybody but me, but to be fair, it doesn't even make sense to me, so. I do need to do some darkening there. I need to do darkening there. We definitely need to darken down here. I think darkening down here is the easiest conceptually to work with, but I also need this to be the same tone as this. So let's start up here and work our way down. I also used to sing the Doom song at my mother's request. That was a thing that I did a lot. I was just obsessed with GURR for a while. Which, like, fair, funky little guy. I may not make all of this dark. I don't know. We're gonna feel this out. I love how I'm like, we're gonna do an abstract piece, and then I'm like so focused on the details again. I'm just like this, I can't help it. Because even if it is abstract, there is stuff in there. Doing mostly the green apatite for the dark, and then coming back in with a little bit of black or maybe some Payne's gray will be good, just to give it some depth. I also maybe actually want to use one of the Japanese calligraphy brushes for the bottom of this, just because you get a wider spread than with the round brush that I'm currently using.
Why can't we rearrange the tectonic plates? There's another painted woman at the foot of the stage.
I may, for some of the higher up stuff, make some more blue in, just to make it feel a little different.
Cheap beer and moonlight were never enough. Every time I cried wolf, you'd call my bluff. You'd start to call me more fashionable names. I'd chip my teeth on our wedding day. Bang, bang, bang goes the front door. Bang, bang, bang goes my heart to the floor. You'd be a liar if you settle for more. All these are the lights of you, ever unsure.
My brain is just like going 6,000 miles a minute, and it's gonna drive me bonkers. get that you want to think about stuff, buddy, but you aren't being helpful even a little bit right now.
If we do this your way, it'll never be through. We've got a lot to say and even less to do. Bloodlust is the ticket and contrition is fraud. You'll have a hell of a time crawling back to the start. Build me a cradle and make it swing deep, and you can tell all the neighbors that I just went to sleep. You'd be
That's not the color I meant to grab.
if you settle for less, oh, you'd be a liar if you settle for less, oh, you'd be a liar if you settle for less, oh, so just cut off my hands and watch me trade
I do that for stuff all the time. Jick sometimes uses an auto counter, and one of the things is that it doesn't, sometimes it messes up in the middle. So I would offer to go back through the VOD and look for where it wasn't looking, like where it wasn't catching it. So I would recount everything at 2 times speed. I am very familiar with this process. Okay, this guy is very dark too. Don't put your hand in wet paint, Katie. Don't put your hand in wet paint, Katie. Don't put your hand in wet paint, Katie. This part is dark, so I'll do this guy here, like that. Alright, I didn't put my hand in wet paint so far. I make no promises. Is the sun getting brighter? Do I need to change the settings again? This feels very light in the middle. Absolutely, especially this one. I don't know, I don't trust the rocks of the ground to not poison me. Because this one, it's Apatite Genuine, so it's like actual pigment from a rock. Okay, we have big dark blob in here. But I think I mostly got rid of that. Yeah, so this guy is supposed to be pretty dark. So we'll do this. The edges on this are not going to be clean, and I can already tell that it's going to be a disappointing paint peel. Tape peel. I know words. Don't worry about it. Oh, there's that spot right there. I should have. Well, we're just going to go around it and try to be careful, and that's probably not going to work, but it's fine. There's another spot there that I should have probably put masking fluid on, but you know what? Nobody else knows what the photo looks like. You guys saw it for like a second. It doesn't matter. It doesn't need to look like the photo anyway. I don't know why my brain is getting so hung up on that. I mean, yes, I do. It's because I'm like this, but you know. You know how it is. Okay, we got that. That's open spot. This right here could be relatively dark. Maybe not quite that dark. That's fine though. That's that. That's that. Alright. I vaguely understand where things are now. Maybe. So far. So those other bits are lighter. That part is dark. This right here. So this is like, the photo is of a vastly oversteeped tea because I decided it looked really pretty and I wanted to take photos of it. But this is actually from one of the tea blends that I still drink. It's the one that I mix into my usual morning black tea. When I have black tea, I don't always have black tea, but is that it? I guess that spot right there is also pretty dark, so let's do that. And we can go back through with something a little lighter. Eventually I'm gonna understand what I'm doing. It's probably gonna be when we're finished, but you know. Okay. This is also dark. Man, I'm just jamming today. I'm feeling music. Oh my gosh, Shawnee! We still, I think my mom had one in her car still for a really long time. But the children don't know that we used to have to actually like use maps in the car. Which is wild thinking about it. I do want to do some more work on the top too. Like I like the shapes we have here, but I'm gonna need to darken that up a little bit more too. I do think that this shape is pretty clearly a leaf, and it will be clearer once I shade it out a bit more. Excuse you. I did not ask you to do that. Thank you. I do think I need to lower the brightness a little bit today. Maybe the this. Because you really cannot see like a lot of what is happening. I always like brighten this up because it looks really dark when I start up, and then it actually doesn't look that dark. Okay, that's like a lot better. You can actually see things. I'm never gonna figure out light or sound, and that's a guarantee. Streaming involves a lot more tech than I have the knowledge of. Which is why YouTube is so important. People who posted like tutorials 10 years ago that are still on there, they are the lifeblood of the internet. And once those go down, we're all gonna suffer. Okay, I do want to do a deeper blue here. I also want to darken the background a little bit. What is that shape? That's that shape, okay. But I think first I want to block in some of the lighter tones in the detritus. I guess I'm gonna call it detritus. I just like that word. And then we can deepen up some of the other stuff here. I just want to block that in so that I know what's going on. Make me less likely to just paint over something that I was actually going to do something with later. Let's just do this to block in. This, yeah, that goes all the way down here. That's fine. That's all one thing, which is just another leaf. Okay, that's open water. Yeah, detritus is a good word. I use it a lot. There's probably, maybe I should call this dregs since it's tea. I don't know. This is a leaf. Just a leaf. Hanging out. I do have, I didn't show this before I taped down the paper, but I do have the word for tea leaf reading that I never remember on the back of the sheet of paper because that's what I'm going to name this. I thought about that yesterday, day before yesterday, at some point, and decided that that was the way to go. But I had to Google it, and I'm not going to remember the word now, even though I wrote it down like 30 times. Tea allergy, tea something, I don't know. If you follow me because you want me to remember things, then I'm sorry, but you're probably in the wrong place. Right here, can use this too. if they keep playing, if Spotify keeps shuffling in ACS, we're probably going to end up with me singing and not realizing it at some point. You have been warned. I don't know, I'm just vibing with music today more than normal. I do want that dark to match near the bottom, but I want it to be a little bit bluer. So let's do this.
When I'm in this body, pull your pressure on me. When you're getting closer, you're getting further from
Making decisions.
everyone knows.
I may want to get this wet, but so that it does like more gentle transitions, but also like whatever.
She's always know I could be best and I could be dust and I could be what you think. Pinned to your collar, proof of your power, code for what you can see. Don't say it's me when you know she'll do things I could dream up and you'll dream too. All eyes and all eyes like anybody moves. Her face in the right light like anybody's truth. When I'm thinking clear like the light behind the window, I could see it peel up and the voices become real. But I'm the one that knows better. I'm the one that's know better, and she'll always know better, and she's always know better.
Okay, there's an interesting shape over here that I've kind of lost. So I'm gonna see if I can manage to stick that back in. And it doesn't matter if it doesn't match the photo. It doesn't matter if it doesn't match the photo. It doesn't matter if it doesn't match the photo. Things artists tell themselves repeatedly. It is my own photo, so it also doesn't match if it, or it doesn't matter if it does match the photo. It's not like I'm avoiding a copyright strike or something. But I do want to add more just like straight up blue on the top, I think. Doing that kind of, those shapes that water gets is difficult. I think mixing these two together will get me vaguely where I want to be. We'll find out. I do think that's too dark though. Here we go. Ba-bam-bam-bam. It is darker on the side. I also think that maybe the right call here is getting all of that kind of wet and then doing water blooms. I think that might get the point across a little bit better. We'll see. We'll see what I think. Looks vaguely alright. do think those spots are gonna need to get darker, but to get really good layering, I need to let it dry in between. This is also, I haven't been doing pieces this big for a while. I've been doing smaller ones because they feel more manageable. I do want to start doing like actual big pieces though, which involves a lot of thinking, to be fair, because I don't know, I don't visualize things large. I visualize them small, which probably, actually, it probably has to do with my eyesight, if I'm thinking about it, because I do technically need glasses, but I don't wear them. But I forget which way is which. I'm nearsighted. I can see things close to my face, but not far away from me. So that probably has to do with why I imagine things the right size as what I would view close to my face versus something that would be big from farther away. Huh. The connections you make. Let's see. I can darken up down here a little bit, which will also include darkening that. I need to be careful here though because that's still wet. But I can do some layer of Payne's Gray, I think. Some green. I need to start doing more stuff when I'm not streaming, so I have more stuff to talk about. I don't know, I'm not saying this in a derogatory way. I'm just kind of a boring person. I like sitting and doing my little tasks and not really doing anything else. I don't know. I did start, well, I guess I technically have started 2 new books. But I don't know that I'm vibing with them. Yeah, nearsighted. Okay. Yeah, see, I have what my optometrist called house vision. So, like, I can see fine inside the house. If I'm watching something on, like, the big TV, I'll put my glasses on so that I can read the subtitles. But, like, I can, well, so that I can read the subtitles without having to work at it, I guess is a better way to put that. But yeah, I'm just a chill and vibe kind of person. I think. But I do feel like, I don't know, I should have more anecdotes or something. But yeah, my optometrist called it house vision, which I don't know. He was an older white guy, and I don't know that that struck me the right way. I don't think he meant anything by it, but it seemed a bit weird. But I basically just don't wear my glasses anymore. It used to be that I only wore them when I left the house, but they don't work great with my mask, and I still mask, so I tend to just like not anymore. I like carry them in my backpack, but like whatever. Yeah. I don't know. I just sometimes things come up, especially when chat is chatty, which is not a read, but hey, good shoddy. You know what? That would make a good sticker design, actually. I'm trying to sort that out in my head, like an image of one of the like surgical masks, and of course I mask. I'm autistic. Or something like that. That would be funny. We'll see. I do think that I'm going to order more stickers. I think I'm going to order the pickle sticker, and I'm going to do the roast chicken sticker, which I also finished. But I was happier with the font right off on that one. I keep saying font. It's not a font. It's me hand lettering something, but font makes more sense. But I do need to do that at some point. That's on my list of things to do. I think I've actually made enough money from my art sale that I can actually go get a silhouette printer now, which will be, or not printer, cutter. Why am I like that? Why do I always say that? Hey, Cap! Good to see you. If you guys don't know Cap, you should know Cap, because he made my PNG tuber. He has a command. There we go. Yeah, good to see you. Always. How do I want to... Decisions. I'm bad at decisions. Always have been. Always will be. Are you dry? Mostly. So we can go back to that in a second. This does need to get darker. This is going to be so dark. It needs to be dark. We'll get there. We got a layer. But I'm probably doing all this green, and then I'll probably use... Oh, do I want to use Lunar Black? That one makes funky textures. Oh, okay. Thank you. I will check. Yeah, no, I was just talking about the pickle sticker, so... Okay, I'm sorry, Grim. I hope your day gets better. Brain function. Who is she? Nobody knows. But I'll probably do... What was I saying? I was saying that I think I've sold enough art that I can get a silhouette cutter. That's what I was saying. So that's good. Okay. I will see. I was mostly unsure about the coloring of it. I don't know. It felt too similar to the pickle, which was like the point. But that was the issue I was having with it yesterday. I think it's fine though, and my brain was just being weird. My brain being weird, it's more likely than you think. But I did want it to be a little wonky on purpose. What spot to do next? I guess let's darken the top a little bit. I'm glad somebody does. Let's use some ultramarine, shall we? Because I think just doing something like that is gonna give me the vibe that I want. I do want to make it darker on this side than the other side because that's just how it is. Yeah, good luck with work. Godspeed or something. I don't know, whatever speed you need to do framing. I bet there's some patron saint of framing. They got a patron saint for everything. I'm not Catholic, but I do find the patron saint thing very amusing. Yep. See you later. I'm sure I'll see you in rainbows later. Because that's where we're going to end up today. If you couldn't tell by me already having talked about rainbow a bunch. because no Lib today because Lib is off doing a furry con, which is exciting. I would like to start doing some sort of in-person stuff, but I still have like so much stuff that I would need to get ready for that it feels really overwhelming right now. So I'm focusing on the website, and then we'll branch out. I don't know. If I think about too much stuff at once, I get overwhelmed, and then I just don't do anything. Which I don't think is just a me thing. I think that's very much a human thing and also a neurodivergent thing. Most supportive, that's the one that I forgot. Yeah. Yes, that was all three. Thank you, Shani. And then the quote one, which isn't like a me thing. It was a quote that I said, but it isn't the same dealio. If I put that in there, I'm gonna regret it. Me making decisions. I do want a little bit more blue in here though, for some spots. So there are some lighter spots and some darker spots, and we need to make the lighter look lighter, I guess. I don't know that I'm making any sense today. I also don't know that I need to make any sense, if we're being honest. I think we all know that I'm weird, so I don't think this is a secret. That is closer. But I do think at the end I'm gonna do a big wash over this too. Just because it'll... What's the word I'm looking for? Like blur it, I guess. A little bit in a way that I think will be good. I'm always amazed at how much blues and greens dye my paintbrushes. Like... Because all of my paintbrushes have some level of dye stuck. I could also like actually clean it with soap. But like this one I haven't used for blues. Absolutely wild. Like, girl. Ooh, I will do hand and wrist stretchies. Good call. And a regular stretchy. Here, I'm gonna take off my wrist brace because it is kind of annoying me. Sometimes it's helpful and sometimes it's just annoying. Ooh, thank you. My fingers have been really stiff lately, which is weird. Probably just because I've been doing other stuff, but... Oh god. I appreciate that because I'm a university employee, I get all of the, like, UAA police alerts, but, like, sometimes I just don't need to know. Like, it's a law requirement, but also... I don't know, it's not my problem. Although I'm on a lot of UAA email lists that are not even remotely relevant to me. Which just, that's kind of how that works, so. But they really aren't set up for temp employees. So they keep sending me stuff about like, oh, employee support and stuff like that that doesn't apply to me. So it's just like, look what you're missing out on because we don't think you're worth it. And I'm like, gee, thanks, guys. Thanks. Okay, I've done all of the stretchies and the drinkies. And I will also boop the camera just for kicks. Boop. Thank you. Ooh, my wrist just made a fun sound. Maybe... Oh, there's... What are you? What's that? Who are you? What are you doing here? Go away. I believe I will put the brace back on, though. That crunching sound convinced me. Right. Okay. I remember what I was doing. Not really, but that's fine. I do think probably building up our lights and darks on the detritus is the next step, and then the wash will probably do the color here, although maybe I'll add some more color blobs because there is, since it's water basically, there are kind of like some interesting color and or dark and lights going on in there. So I can probably add some blobs of dark and then do a wash over the top. That'll even everything out. There's also a couple more shapes here that I could do if I felt like it, that are farther in the background. I would want to wet that spot first though, so excuse me, let's just do that. Let's do this. This seems accessible at the moment. One of the things with like doing art and also having my brain is that a lot of times if I think about stuff too hard, it gets to be too big. And so I end up like, I don't know, freaking out about doing something basic. That's maybe wetter than I wanted, but that's fine. I just want that to be a little bit blurry, which it is now. I can go back over that when it dries a little bit. I could also add some more blue in there, I guess. Or I could just work on the leaf. The leaf is kind of, the leaf and the whatever that is kind of the important bits here. So let me darken up the thingamahoosit, whatever that is. Nobody knows. So we do need some more dark in here. Oh, that's what I was thinking about. I was thinking about which black I wanted to use. Because one of the blacks that I have is like nice, but it does granulate really intensely, which leaves some texture. And I was trying to decide if I liked that texture or if I wanted to do the other black that doesn't do that for down here. That's more water than I want. Just want to smooth that out just a little. There we go. Because it does give a nice texture, but it also doesn't really make it darker because of how bad it granulates. So maybe I want to do the other black and then do the granulating black to give it texture. That might be worth it. Because I do want that to be pretty dark. Maybe I want to leave it color though. Why is art just making decisions? Why did I choose to be an artist? It's all decisions, and I'm so bad at decisions. Why did I do this to myself? You can never escape decisions. Okay. We're gonna work on this leaf here, because I wanna. Got dirt there. I think I'm making this more blue than I was intending to, but I actually kind of dig it, so we'll just keep going with that. I do need to be careful right there because that will still be wet and will bleed. It's weird how helpful having both the physical art and then also seeing it on the computer screen is, because it gives you a different contrast level, so you can actually see things like way differently. Well, I can. It makes a big difference, which is wild to me. I also need to work on this guy some more, but we can do that in a minute. Hum, 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 hum. We're getting somewhere. Almost like the reason that I don't like things when they're not done is because they're not done yet. Wild concept. If only my brain would accept that. We've got a lot of transparency going through this area of the left, so we will try to preserve that lightness there. Which will involve darkening this spot and then leaving that pretty much alone, I think. But there is a little bit of like leaf texture going through there. So nice. Yeah. Yeah! That's it. I do think the wash over this is gonna just like pop it. Lock and pop. Or something, I don't know. I'm not hip. I don't think that's a secret. Yep. Why did you pause, chat? What are you doing? Okay, there we go. Was there another message? Was that Shani? Because I just see the one. I'm wondering if Twitch ate it. Or if you're still typing. Either is valid. Yeah, Twitch does that. Oh, not sure is the short answer. We'll see how I feel. I don't know that we'll finish this today just because it's so many layers that I need to let stuff dry in between. I might finish it off stream if I'm being honest, but I try to aim for like 3-ish hours, but if I'm not feeling that, then I stop. But But 3 is like I think the sweet spot. Okay. We have a few places we can darken like that. We have here and we have over here. Since I just did that leaf, maybe I want to do this leaf so that we have some vague similarities there. Well, I still remember how I did it. I think I'll do that leaf and then I'll take a quick break. Because I gotta pee. But I want to finish this first. Well, not finish it. Get at least one layer down so that I know what I'm doing. Well, I'm vibing with it. I think I want to peel a little bit of that up in the middle here. Yeah, I figured that was it, and then I realized that it's been over an hour. Sometimes, you know, the vibes hit, and you just feel it. But I have been a lot better about breaking when I need to pee. I don't know. I've mentioned before that I have diagnosed with overactive bladder disorder. So because my bladder like always tells me that I need to pee, I'm really good at ignoring it. Because I kind of need to be good at ignoring it. But I have been trying to be better about it, which is also an ADHD thing for surezies. But I want to at least get some of this blocking in, because it does need to dry in between stuff, but I can at least get a smash going. I don't know what words those were supposed to be, but you know, fine. A smash pass, I guess, is what I'm trying to say. I don't know, man. Yeah, appreciate it. Just getting some of these darks down is gonna help, I think. This leaf is like folded over, kind of like over here. So it's a lot darker because there's more stuff for the light to go through. But I am vibing with this. I'm happy that I thought to do this, because I kind of just wanted to do something like more shape. Maybe that should be a channel point command. Ask me a smash or pass or something. That would be funny. I could also, well, not right now. When I get my actual computer set up, I can probably do like a more expensive kind of like tier list dealio. That might be fun. Yeah, exactly. I mean, we can just do that in chat if anybody has questions. I'm fine with that. I just try to think of like fun little things that spark conversation, because that's a hard part about being a streamer, is thinking of things to talk about. Especially if you, like me, are a little bit boring. Yeah, that's better. Yeah, which is part of why I got the Hoog game. I don't know if I'm really pronouncing that right, but I'm trying. Because they're just like little conversation starters. It's actually technically like a board game. My brother's home. Everybody behave. He didn't hear me say that, so it should be fine. Okay, I think that's a little bit better. It has less specified like leaf shapes compared to this guy, but I think that it's still a fun shape. I am going to want to make these as dark as this, so we're going to want to darken that up when I come back. But I think that's a good spot to take a quick break. So I'm going to run some ads and I will be right back. You don't need to watch the ads. I still get money for them if you leave the stream running. So if you want to avoid looking at the ads, you can mute the tab. You can look away. You can go get a snack. You can go get a little drink. You can get up and have a little stretch yourself. You could go to the bathroom like I'm going to do. You could do all sorts of fun things. And then you won't have to see the ads, and it'll be great. So I will be right back.
We're not nervous, we're not angry, we won't worry, we won't care, and we'll get home to see that no one else is there. Beast of the wild eyes of a child, this world is all that you know. Beast of the wild eyes of a child, this world is
Hey, bud, you want to actually unmute when I say unmute? Thank you. I'm back. I hope you all had a little break too. I answered some messages while I was gone too. Yeah, I think this looks like stuff. This looks like what I wanted it to look like. We're on the right path, and I'm really pleased about that. I love when things turn out kind of the way you want them to. I do think we have some work to do on these guys, so I think I'm gonna do those, and then we can work on this one. Because if I work on this one and then work on those ones, I'm gonna stick my hand in the paint. Because that's just how we roll here, you know? So, you're dry, right? Yes, okay. Checking. So this is pretty dark, as is the other little bits down there. That technical terms, you know how it goes. We do have a little bit of like a rim light going on, which we've got the masking fluid there, but I'll add a little bit of extra space there so it looks like a smoother transition, I guess is what I want. We'll see though. Sometimes you peel off masking fluid and everything just falls apart because you're like, oh well, that's not what I wanted that shape to be. But we have more paint, so we can fix it if we get there. Okay, this is kind of like connected here. Got that. This guy is dark too. I did technically finish the line art for that coloring sheet that I need to paint. I would like to paint this month. But then I showed it to Cap, and Cap had a really good suggestion for how to improve it. And so I haven't, like... The improvement would take a fair amount of work, and I haven't convinced myself to not do the improvement or to do the improvement. So it's just kind of sitting there staring me in the face for a little bit. I think I should just suck it up and work on that later today. Because, yeah, it's going to take some work, but it's going to look a lot better, and it's going to fix a problem that I had with it. This is the problem with having, like, friends who are good artists. Thank you, Shani. Welcome back to you, too. I'm assuming that you took a little break-a-rooney there. But the problem with having friends who are really good artists is that sometimes you ask them for advice and then they give you really good advice. And then you're like, ah, fuck. I should have just done that in the first place. Okay, I'm pretty pleased with that at the moment. I do think that these will look more like they're glowing, like the right level of light once I darken the background a little bit too. But I want to get these guys set, and then we'll work on the other stuff. That is very loud tingling. Thank you. That's the mixing colors sound, I guess. Vaguely Blue's Clues like, I guess. Which is funny, because I definitely was not the age where I watched Blue's Clues. I mean, I did when I was babysitting, but I was the wrong age. I did exaggerate like a lot of these shapes to try and make them look more like stuff. So like, I think that this part looks like a bird. Which was part of the point. For those who don't know how to read tea leaves, I mean, I don't really either, but you look for certain shapes and then the shapes mean stuff. So that was kind of the vibe I was going with for this. We are going to need to do some work on the bubbles once we peel up the masking fluid too. Bubbles are hard. They don't make sense because they alter the way that light works. So it takes some work. And they're simpler than you think they are, but it also takes some work to make them look the right way because you kind of have to get out of your own head a bit. Because really it's just a light and a dark in a vague ring shape. But it feels like it should be harder than that. At least for me, that's the issue. And I'm sure I'm not alone in that. Do want to make that darker again too. I do think this is going to end up being lighter overall than I envisioned, but that's okay. There's only so much pigment you can make a paper take. Okay, I think it's time for this guy, and then we'll work on some other stuff. Probably add a layer of black down here and through some of these spots. This guy is mostly dark. I think I missed putting some masking fluid in a certain spot, but I think we can manage. I think we can do it. I just need to remember to not over darken after this spot, because we have like a light spot right there that I would like to keep, but it's not as light as this spot, which is probably why I didn't do the masking fluid in the first place. Did you know that art is hard? For somebody who really is bad at making decisions and doesn't like doing it, I sure did pick a profession where that's all that I do. I say pick a profession as if I didn't just like fall into this in a weird way. Is this what I expected to do? No, absolutely not. Is this what I am doing? Yes. That's the spot I need to leave light. And we kind of have like this shape through here. That's good. Okay. Yeah, that looks good. Well, I'm glad that people find that helpful. I don't know. I learned so much from watching Trish. Just like I wasn't planning to learn how to do watercolor by watching Trish, but that sure is how it happened. Like the way that I layer color is totally different because of watching her. And I don't know, if I can help other people do literally anything, I'm down with that. I love that. Because well and truly, in some of my darkest times in my entire life, what I had was Twitch. I'm probably at least partially alive because of Twitch. And some other stuff too, but so if I can be a positive influence, I am so happy. In any way, shape, or form, I'll take it. Okay, that looks much more dynamic and I dig it. We're gonna have to go back and add some more, because I just used like straight Payne's gray there, which is why it looks so dark. So I'm gonna need to do that to match some of the darks in the other spot, but that was definitely the right choice. I'm going to be very careful. I'm going to be so careful and not put my hand in that wet paint. I should just like make a prediction. You know what? We're going to do that. We're going to make a prediction so that people can maybe earn some more channel points or lose some about whether or not I put my hand in the paint today. Let's do that. That seems fun. How do I have a shortcut button for it, I think. Do I understand how to run Twitch? Nope, I don't. Yeah, I do have a button for it. How smart of me. That will let me start a new one. Yes. Scream! Oh, right there. I understand how to do things.
Show the crowd you're happy, like a movie, like a movie. What's your story? What's the refund policy? We want violence, we want blood, we want superhero love. We want all the answers that you promised us.
We'll do a long submission period just for kicks and giggles. Do 15 minutes. That seems fine. Bam, let's go. Yes, I will confirm it. I know, thank you. Did you hear me? Did you hear me click that? Okay. There we go. Okay. If you want to predict, you can. It is not a requirement. You're welcome to do whatever you would like. In case that wasn't already clear. Okay. Add in some more darky darks here. Like this. Oh, I do also have that guy. I almost forgot about the pool noodle. That's the shape that I've named that. Part of the point of this is that, like, you can decide what the shapes mean for yourself, but also I have named most of the shapes, just in case anyone was wondering. So I do want that, yeah. I want that like that. Perfect. And this guy right here can be a little bit darker. I guess we are at risk of me putting my hand in the paint right now, so maybe I shouldn't have made the predict that long, but you know what? Whatever. I think I do need to just do some straight up paint spray down here before I add black, just so that we have the right level of matchy-matchy across our pigments. I do want to kind of smudge out this line a little bit. So I don't want it to be a very sharp line. I am probably going to want to darken up the top of that a little bit more. Maybe not. We'll see. We'll see. Let me just go in here with some Payne's Gray. Yeah, totally fair. And I'm going around that spot versus the other stuff. So remember that, Katie. Remember. Remember who you are. I am probably going to add some more pigmentation once we pull up the masking fluid. I'm probably going to do more Viridian Hue. Just to make that look a little brighter, because I think that's the right vibe. Instead of just making it like white, I would like it to be more saturated than saturated in light, I guess is what I mean. Do I ever know what I mean? No. Knowing what you mean is fake. I should go back and clip that. That would make a good clip, actually. I need to start... Again, my brain's like, you need to do all of these things. I should make I could make a channel trailer at some point. I think that's going to be easier now that I have the PNG tuber, because before it was just like disembodied voice, and now I have a I have a me right there. So that makes it a little easier. I guess I also did do like actual face cams for a couple things. So I could do that. Add those in maybe. I appreciate it. It is so helpful because I'll say something and go, ah, that would make a good clip in my head, and then I won't go back and clip it. I don't know. I'm bad about that in general. But also, like, having to scan back through everything I've said to find the spot that I wanted is kind of anxiety inducing, if I'm being honest. Like, I've been really good about not fretting about what I've said on stream and just like letting that exist. That's huge progress for me, instead of having that like social anxiety thing where you go through every single thing you said and you're like, oh, this is how somebody could misinterpret that and I'm now evil. I've been really good about that. About not doing that. But going back through kind of causes me a little bit of anxiety on that front. So I kind of just have not been doing it. Which, like, also, I'm not trying to be #1 Twitch star either. So it's like not that big a deal if I don't have a clip. Like, it's fine. I need to temper my expectations. That's the phrase I'm trying to find. Because, like, I don't know. I'm not going to make partner. I don't care about making partner. I just kind of want to have time with my friends and do things, you know? So I try not to worry about that too much. Which is also why I'm trying to be kinder to myself about not being good at social media. Because, like, God, the algorithm gods just really want you to suffer all the time, forever. Like, if you don't post X number of things a week and these kinds of formats and this kind of thing, and if you don't use the right sound, it's like you don't get any traction. And I'm sorry, I enjoy the other things that I do too much to spend that much time doing something that annoys the hell out of me. Because this is a hot take. I don't give a fuck what Zuckerberg thinks I should be doing. Or his platforms. Like, I well and truly do not care. Like, would I maybe sell more stuff if I was careful with the algorithm and, like, paid attention to that? Maybe, but also maybe not. So I kind of gotta... I have to adopt a more fuck it attitude to things. Oh, if I ever do... That's a good... I think I've mentioned this before. I did a while when I was in college where I did... I guess I wasn't technically in college. Was I in classes then? I don't remember. But for a while, I did a vlog every day and posted those to my YouTube channel. They're on private now because they were getting a little bit out of control. But at some point, if I do like a subathon or a tipathon or something like that, I'll probably make sharing some of those a stretch goal. The reason fuck it made me think of it was because one of my most popular ones was yes, that one. Thank you, Shawnee. I love you. You're so helpful. But the reason fuck it made me think of that was because I did one that was Fuck It Friday. Which was one of the most popular ones for a while. I want to darken this up. Maybe not with this big of a paintbrush, but I already started, so... How do you think going back over that with some Payne's Gray to darken it up in a more round bit will be good? Those words do not make sense together. Don't worry about it. I knew what I meant. It's just one of those things. But yeah, so I also did a series of drunk baking a la Drunk Kitchen with Hannah Hart. That's a thing that exists that I could also share at some point. Yeah, I can download it and then clip it. like trim it and it'll be fine. Don't worry about it. Just getting like the right timestamp is huge because I can then go back in the VOD without having to watch everything. And it's super helpful. But since it's my clip, I can download it from my dashboard or whatever the right word for that is on here. So very helpful, thank you. In case that wasn't clear. I'm not even looking at the reference photo for doing this, I'm just doing it. We're making it up. Let's go. But I was thinking maybe I'll do like a tip-a-thon or something for my birthday. Because it's right around, vaguely around when I started streaming too. So it would be the, actually my affiliate anniversary would be closer to that too. Yeah, I never remember which word means what on what website. But as long as people know what I mean, it's not a big deal. But that's coming up actually. So my affiliate anniversary and stream anniversary in general is in June. My birthday's in August. So I could, I don't know, do something then to try and help afford some stuff. I don't know. I'm not sure. I'm not sold on it. We're still small. We're small. So, which is good. That's not a read or anything. But it does mean that I need to temper my expectations. I'm just going to use that phrase repeatedly for the rest of the day now that I've thought of it. Yeah. So, okay, I wanted to do a little bit of this around there, but smudge it out a little bit. Like that. Yeah. Yeah. Okay, we're making progress. It looks like stuff that's underwater. Look at us go. I do still need to darken the water, but I think we're on the right track here. Maybe we are gonna finish this today. Maybe I'm actually better than I think I am. I talked about this when I was modeling in the Tuesday class because it's like a chattier class. I was like, you aren't, because we were talking about pricing artwork and I was talking about how I price mine, which is basically just a vibe check and a size. So I have like a minimum price for a certain size and then I do a vibe check. And if I think it's like really good or if I would be sad to see it go, I price it higher. And if I kind of never want to look at it again, I'll price it lower. So if I like want it to leave, I'll price it lower. I lost track of where I was going with that. What was I saying? Why? I wish I had a brain that worked. Time. That's what it was. I got there. It's okay. I re-railed myself. But you aren't just charging for the amount of time you've spent on a piece. You're charging for the amount of time it took you to be able to do that piece in that amount of time. And it's hard. It's hard. Pricing stuff is really hard. Like that's one of the hardest things about any kind of creation that you're selling is trying to figure out the right price point. Because I do know that people think my art is worth what it's worth, like what I'm charging for it. But I also know that we're all on the struggle bus and we can't afford that. So I think I'll probably start doing more sales on original art and stuff. Because I do have that big sale going now, the 50% off on all original works, which I've seen more sales in the past couple weeks than I did all last year. So that definitely is a thing. I also need to like advertise, even though I don't like doing that. So multiple things there, but I do think that people deserve to have art. And I also think that I deserve to be paid fairly, which like, unfortunately, those things are at odds with each other a lot of the time. But like, I'd rather the art go to people who are going to enjoy it, you know? Yeah, exactly. It's not just a simple, like, plug it into the equation kind of a situation. But one of the things that I found difficult when I started to realize that I was getting better at art was that it took me so much less time that I felt bad charging the same. And so I had to, like, kind of have a reckoning with myself a little bit about that. But I warned the other folks about that too, because it's mostly, except for the friend I made, I guess it's mostly younger people who are not experienced with selling stuff. I guess I technically made 2 friends. Look at me go. But yeah, I don't know. Being a creator at all is hard. I guess that's the theme of the day. It's hard. It's hard to create. And people who own social medias want to make that harder, which is kind of bullshit. But you know, I don't have to follow their rules. Although I did have fun for a while doing the malicious compliance thing with the 10-second rule on Reels on Instagram. That amused me a lot. I have been recording stuff and then not posting it too, which is because there's more work in getting it to the platform than just recording a couple strokes of a paintbrush. Yeah, exactly. So they want us to use, and everybody has their own freaking marketplace now. They want us to use their marketplace. They want it so that they can get, oh my god, it's fucking snowing again. What the hell? Sorry, social media is now on the back burner. Me being angry at the snow is now on the front burner. I'm glad Greg got his run in before it started fucking snowing again. I mean, it's warm enough that it's probably not going to stick, or if it does, it's not going to stay long, but like,
Bite me.
I'm over it. Exactly. Scram! Fuck off, snow. I was being angry about social media. That's what I was doing. They want like us to pay them for advertising, which is why they keep making it worse, for one. But 2, they want to get like fees and stuff off of us for using their marketplace. But like, they aren't even doing anything for me. Why would I pay them? So like, I pay Ko-fi because they don't take any fees. No, you're good. You're good. And like, even if I'm not going to be using Ko-fi's shop, I will probably still keep paying them because I want them to know that I'm willing to pay them for being the service that they are, right? So I would like it to stay that way, which is also why I was paying Tumblr up until they really biffed it in the past couple months. I mean, to be fair, they biffed it before then, but they really, really biffed it. Because like, I would like the things that I use and enjoy to not suck, you know? And Ko-fi is nice. It doesn't have as much discoverability, I think, as someplace like Etsy, but Etsy also just sucks butt now. And to be fair, I haven't used Etsy in a significant amount of time. Because they did some bad things to Alaskan Native artists. So I haven't used it since they changed their ivory policy in like 2012, maybe 2013, somewhere around there. Okay, I think I want to make these 2 a little bit darker, but with the Viridian hue, so that they still feel like they're, I don't know, sunglassing a little bit. And then I think maybe we're nearing wash time. I think I actually like knew what I was doing a little bit. I guess I do want to peel up the well, I was gonna say peel up the masking fluid, but maybe I've changed my mind about that, because I mean, it's gonna come up at some point. I'm trying to decide which part in this process I want to pull it up at. Oh, I also wanted to do splotches in the background. I need to remember that. Okay. We do actually have more work to do. Never mind. I do want to kind of make this a little bit brighter color-wise. More saturated, I guess, is actually the accurate way to put that. It would help if I actually like used words that mean things. Maybe. I do think I want that to be a little bit more saturated. Yeah, I need to turn those up. I will try to remember to do that after stream. I'll need to research how to do that, actually. Do I know what I'm doing in anything? No, not really. Do I need to know what I'm doing in anything? Also not really. Fun fact, you can just fake it. Dumber people than you have done it, guaranteed. Yeah, I think that's better. I don't know where I picked up so much baby talk lately, but I sure as hell did. Yeah, for sure. Faking it until you making it is faking it until you making it. Yep, that's how that goes. But that is legitimately a viable policy. What are you? Who is she? Little crumb, get off of my painting, please. Thank you. So far, I've managed to not put my hand in paint. So far. We'll see. We've still got a ways to go. Maybe you want to darken the water a little bit too. Well, do I want it to be further weighted to the bottom? Because we do have this guy, and he kind of just evens it out a little bit. Leads the eye, if you will, so you don't get stuck in the mires down here. Maybe I'll add a couple blotches. Okay, so fun fact about me. I baked cakes so often when I was in high school that I can actually make up recipes and have them turn out fine. Or I did. I haven't in a while. I don't bake as much anymore. But I made cakes all the time. So I got obsessed with this book as a teenager that's about a middle-aged mother who suddenly has to deal with her divorced parents in her house. And I related to this book way harder than was normal. I still do. But she ends up with her husband losing his job, and so she makes a cake business with the help of both of her parents who are actively fighting and like other stuff going on. She's just very put upon in the book, and I got obsessed with this book. It's called Eat Cake by Jean Ray, in case anybody wants to read it. I do think that it's a good book, but I just picked that up from the library because I liked the audiobook from the library because I liked the cover. And then it became a core part of my personality for the rest of my life. And so I ended up just like baking constantly, and it became my stress reliever because I was like, I picked it up from the book because that was also how she relieved stress in the book, which is part of why she decided to make a business out of it. And so I just baked cake constantly. I baked cake for everybody's birthdays. I baked cake just for shits and giggles. I baked cakes for the secretaries in the high school office. There was cake everywhere. I baked cake for bake sales. There was so much cake. There was so much cake. And so I got good enough at it that I could, for the most part, alter recipes and kind of just like make my own based off of stuff and have them turn out fine. But cake is one of the difficult things to bake. There is a chemistry to it, but you can, it's lenient enough chemistry that you can kind of eyeball it if you get used to it. So as long as you know what you're doing, you're fine. But yeah. So that was me for a solid portion of my life. There was also a portion of my life where I made marshmallows, homemade marshmallows, like nonstop. Fun fact, my brain is not normal. Yeah, pastry I haven't done a lot of because it seems so finicky. But I think I mentioned before that the culinary arts program at my college had like a little shop that they sold their baked goods at once a week. So I would get croissants and stuff from them, which involved no work, but was still like delicious and bomb. It was great. I would love to learn to make stuffed croissants though, because they made ham and cheese, but sometimes they had turkey and cheese, which I liked better because I'm not a big ham person. But I would want to make those. Okay, I was gonna darken the water, I think. And then we were gonna do blobs. And then we were gonna decide where we're going from there. But I do think that I just kind of want to do some little sploops. Some little sploops in here. But I do like watching people do pastry stuff too. Unless this is so weird, but unless it's a time lapse of the actual baked goods in the oven. I don't know why, but that grosses me out. I just find it very squickable. Like the way that they puff up and then deflate a little bit. I don't know why, but that grosses me out. Which is so weird. It makes no sense to me. Same with actually time-lapsed mushrooms growing. That also grosses me out a little bit. Again, don't know why. Just is. Okay. I do want to do some blobs in the water. I think I also want to darken this up a little bit more. But I think I'm probably going to do black for that. And I do want to pull out that other black, which I didn't do earlier when I was thinking about it. Ow, thumb, stop being a butthole. Thank you. Where is it? Oh, I like that it hears me digging around in my paints and thinks I'm talking. That amuses me. What Reeves? There you are. This is a warmer black, so it'll be interesting with all these cool colors to see exactly what that does. Ugh, open, please. I don't use this one as much, so he's a little sticky. I'm gonna forget what that color is that I put on there, but that's fine. We'll live. I think mostly I want the darkest to be like around the edges down here. Do I want a flat brush for that? I've used a round brush for everything else. Let's do a flat brush. Let's see. Get some different textures in here. Oh, this paint is stinky. He's stinky. I always forget how intense blacks smell. The paints. Just darker the pigment, the smellier it is. That's just how it works. Oh, you want to not pick up that much? Goodness gracious, calm down. So far I've managed to not stick my hand in paint. Maybe making the predict has altered the course of events because now I'm thinking about it. I'm just kind of doing a pretty dry brush for this, which I think is actually giving me some fun texture, so not that you can really see that on cam, can you? Nah. That's okay though. Can't see everything. Such is the curse of a Logitech face cam being used for art. Actually, you know what? If I do a tip-a-thon thing, it'll probably be to get a better camera. That would be a smart thing to do, because that's going to be one that I can't really afford on my own. I do need to figure out which camera I want, though. That's some background work I'll need to do. Which I should be doing anyway, honestly. And then, once we also get the computer going, I can turn this one into a face cam. And you guys can, like, see me sometimes. I think I'm going to add a little bit of black to some of our leaf shapes now. This is getting much darker. I'm digging it. This is where we're headed. This is where we were headed the whole time. Ooh, I will do that in just a second. Let me... Ooh, I've got so much pigment on this brush. Can you see that huge blob? Oh my goodness. We're in danger territory. Okay, I still haven't put my Anna paint. I was like, oh god, did I just then? But no, we're fine. Yeah, I figured you wouldn't mind of all folks. You generally are very understanding about that. I say generally as if you haven't always been understanding about that. You know what I mean. A little bit here too, I think. And we're probably good. Yeah. Yeah. Yeah! We're getting somewhere. Feels like we're doing stuff. Well, I mean, we are doing stuff, but it feels like it now. Okay. Poog. Also, the box design for this game is really stupid. So this is just like a game that I saw because I was looking for like conversation starter kits for this, but like look at this box. This is unnecessary. Just make a card box. I may actually like try to make a card box for it because it is thickums. Like there are a lot of conversations to be had in this pack, but okay, I think next we do blobs. And then we peel up the masking fluid, and then we work on the bubbles a little bit. And then we do a wash, and then we clean up the bubbles a little bit. And then I think it is maybe done. Alright. So each of the cards has 3 questions on them. So we can do all 3, or you can pick one. Are you dry up here? Can I set that there? I don't know if that's legible to you, but I can read them out loud too. If they aren't, and you can pick one. Or however we want to do this, I don't know. So we have, describe a time when your first impression of a person was completely wrong. Do you believe in good luck charms? That one's fun. And was there anything that you were exceptionally good at when you were younger? Well, we can discuss any of those at your earliest convenience. What do I have stuck to my leg? Nobody knows. Okay. I'm gonna think about blobs, I think, is my next step here. So we do have a highlight in here that I wanna mess with too. I do personally believe in good luck charms, just in case anybody was wondering. I guess I don't have it out here, but wow, my brain just stopped. I have a couple little rocks that are supposed to bring good luck that I use occasionally. And one is shaped like a skull. Actually, I think it's green apatite, which is the same pigment that we're working with, which is really funny to me. Oh, phone, don't start making noise. Shut up. But green apatite is supposed to bring you good luck in gambling, I think it is. And it's just pretty. Yeah, I'm pretty sure that's it. I should dig that out again. I have two, because I have one that's like, I guess they're called like worry rocks. I was wondering if I had one out here, but I don't think I do. That have like a thumb spot on it, so that you can rub it in your pocket. I think I'm gonna move this over here so that I don't actively paint on it. And I'm gonna make some blobs, because that's just how it works. Also, I don't know, I cannot think of a single time where my first impression of somebody was wrong. Hi, Bewitch! Oh, setting up a printer, you are going through it then, I'm guessing. Because, printers are like wild horses. You have to tame and befriend it. So we've just got kind of some blobs going in the dark here. That's not, those aren't the words that I meant. It's fine, don't worry about it. My brain has decided to stop making words happen. That's kind of just how streaming goes, if I'm being honest. Suddenly you forget how to brain, you forget how to word, and everybody's watching you, which does not help the situation. For real, printers are just a nightmare. They're so finicky. I need to look for a new printer too, actually, because the one that we have, is, like, it's fine, but I would like to be able to make my own prints. Which involves some more oomph than the current printer we have does. Like, I could do small ones with the one that we have, but I would like to do bigger ones. I'd like to do like up to 11 by 14, which I don't think is a super popular size. That's the size I buy the most, but I think for the most part people prefer smaller ones from what I've seen. But I do know that Lib just got Canon Pixma, so I'm waiting to hear their opinion on that one. Because that was way too much pigment. Calm down, man. So I don't know. I would like to get one that's made to do like actual art prints, which is kind of difficult. But yeah. So I got like a pack of rocks like that have the little thumb thing. And they're all different kinds. But I liked the green apatite one because I used it when I was shiny hunting, because it's supposed to bring luck and gambling, and shiny hunting is basically gambling. But they're nice to feel. They're nice. Oh, the Echo Tank. I've heard about those ones too. Yeah, the one I have now is an HP, and HP is just like the biggest pain in the ass in the entire world. I hate their stupid little arbitrary app because it never does what I want it to do. It's just pain. It's just pain all the time. Sometimes luck is really just a mindset, I think. Because, like, yes. Oh, yeah, for real. They really did go, oh, Adobe's new business model sucks ass for consumers. Let's do that. It's like, bro, can you not? Yeah, I already feel better about this with this background being darker. That's what we needed. I was saying something else and I immediately lost what I was saying. It's fine though. Yeah, I didn't pay for the printer that we have now. My dad purchased it when he was up here because he needed a scanner, and the old HP that we had wasn't scanning anymore apparently. So it was a free printer technically, which I guess is fine, but the ink is not free. And they try so hard to get you to sign up for their stupid ink thing. Yeah, I'm hoping to do sticker printing too, but I don't know. I don't know if I can get a printer that will do both in a way that's reasonable, is my worry. But again, I need to do some research into it, which feels overwhelming. Research for tech stuff just feels like so much. Oh, yeah, that's fair, Shawnee, actually. Yeah, yeah. For most of those, though, like, so there was somebody I dated when I was in college. Mistake. It was a mistake person. Um, which I think we all have. I don't know that we all stick with our mistakes for as long as I stuck with mine. But my first impression of them was correct. I just warmed up and decided that my first impression was wrong, but it ended up that my first impression was right. It just took me a really long time to figure that out. Oh, yeah, that sucks, Shawnee. I think I want to do a couple more blobs in the background, and then I think we're kind of where it's at, and then I'll do a wash over the whole thing again. I probably want to darken on this side a little bit too before we get there. Let me mix these colors and do something like that. So I also need to be careful to not make all of these colors too samey, which Parker will say they're all samey, but you know, otherwise the background and the foreground are gonna combine too hard. Yeah, for sure. And like, plenty of people were like, "Are you sure you want to do this?" And I was like, "Yeah." But it was definitely one I needed to learn for myself. It did change me as a person in a way that I think ended up being positive. But yeah, it was not the best decision I've ever made. But we gotta make some stinkers so that we learn who we are when we are with the stinkers, you know? I'm tempted to use Cobalt Teal, but I know that I'm not going to like the way that it lays down because it's a lot more opaque than most of the other watercolors. Like, it's a great color, but it's going to feel really different on top of all of this. And like, I'm so tempted because it's such a pretty color, but I know that I'm not going to like it. It's a good color, it just is not right for this task, even though my brain wants it to be. Okay. I think I let this dry, and then we peel up the masking fluid, and then futz with it some more. I don't know why I keep using the word futz so often, but that definitely has entered my vocabulary hardcore. I do think that I need this to be a little bit darker on this side, actually. Let me... Never mind, I'm just going to keep futzing with it. We're never going to be free. I'm just going to futz for the rest of time. That's one of the hard parts about art too, is trying to figure out when you're actually done. So I do think the wash over top of this is going to take it to the place that I want. There's a couple other like detail things, so the bubbles that we left masked, and I'll want to go over the masking fluid with a little bit of a brighter color. I might actually do like a yellow and Viridian mix. That might be right. I think. But first I need to let it dry, because if I try to take up the masking fluid while it is still wet, it will just tear the paper and then everything will be ruined forever. My brain just completely stopped doing anything it was doing. Okay, that's fine. Me just sitting here in silence staring at a wall. That's normal. I mean, that is legitimately normal, but you know, maybe not the best thing to do when you're streaming. Although I'm sure everybody understands. I've got very understanding people. So I think that's just the, I don't know, the vibe that we have created together. It's definitely not just a me situation. But I definitely have found a lot of people who also care that I take care of myself in the same way that I care about them, which is really nice. That's one of the nice things about streaming and just internet in general, I think. So you can really make your own space, and if you curate it correctly, you can really grow a lovely garden with everybody in it. And so you all support each other. It's nice. Because, like, I'm never worried about saying that I'm canceling a stream. Which I know, like, sometimes I have, like, internal struggle with that, which is unrelated. But I'm never, like, worried somebody's going to flip out at me for deciding that I need to take a rest. And more often than not, I end up with a bunch of people saying, good on you for taking a rest. And it's great. Like, I just have people who legitimately care about me, and it's one of the best things in the world. So thank you. You know who you is. Are you dry yet? I want you to be dry so much faster. Dry faster. I guess I could pull out the hairdryer again. I did actually dig it out of its stuff in preparation today. Okay, I'm gonna mute for a second to do hairdryer time. Yeah, that's nice, Shawnee. I like those kind of flowers that like come back year after year because they seed themselves, you know, or because they're bulbs like that. Okay, I think maybe it's safe to peel some of these off. We'll see. If it starts being problematic, TM, then I'll back off and let it dry some more. But I am reaching vaguely the point where I should go eat lunch, so I'm keeping an eye on the time. I hate the way this stupid piece of plastic feels. It works so good for this, and I hate the texture of it. But we're just gonna go back over some of these spots with some Viridian, because it's like the light shining through the pieces. But I wanted to keep them pretty light, which is why we use the masking fluid. Because doing a big spot of dark like that is difficult to keep some spots. Oh, that's nice, Shawnee. Yeah, it's always nice to find, you know, the little pieces of art and stuff that you still have hanging around. I do that sometimes too. I actually, with dealing with the website, is part of that, is trying to find all of my old art stuff or the things that I want to put on the website. And one of the things I have that I need to dig out from somewhere is a vase that I made in ceramics in high school. Yeah, that's tearing the paper a little bit, but I think it's fine. We'll live. Come on, buddy. But these spots are fine, mostly. I did also put the masking fluid on when it was probably a little damper than I should have, but you know what? I'm impatient and willing to live with the results of my impatience, so. Oh yeah, you should, for sure. I do always like daffodils. They always feel like, I don't know, the bright spot to remind you that winter doesn't last forever, you know? I think I also need to not push as hard with this, and I think that's part of the issue. I'm being a little bit gung-ho about it. In a way that isn't helping the situation. Me being too intense? Who would have thought? We have some flower beds out front that I think the people who lived here before us used, but I've never used them. I don't know. I always think that I want to do some sort of gardening and then I do part of it and get overwhelmed. Which again, hello neurodivergence, how are you today? I maybe, like, if I had been thinking ahead a little bit differently, I would have taken a photo of where I put the masking fluid on. Because now I'm worried that I'm gonna miss a spot. Though it does feel specific. Oh yeah, I'd love to see. I love seeing photos of people's stuff. Ghost in the Cellar, who's one of my friends, I've known them on Tumblr for ages, like maybe 2012, 2013. They post photos of their walks sometimes, and I really enjoy those. I just like seeing stuff, you know? Especially if it's stuff that's important to my friends. I think that's all of it. I think I got all of it. I don't feel any latexy left. And if it's still there, then that could just be our little secret. But let me add some more color to those. Then I probably want, let me grab a tiny tiny little paintbrush, and we can work on the bubbles. 2. And then we're getting there. I may leave it and then let it dry a little bit more, like until tomorrow before I put a wash on it. So we may not finish this on stream today, but we did the majority of it on stream together, so. I just kind of want to slap some of this guy in here. I'm going to leave it as just the straight Viridian hue down here. And I'm going to add some yellow to it, I think, for the bits up here. Just to make it feel lighter.
Why can't we rearrange the tectonic plates? There's another painted woman at the foot of the stage. Blue eyes, black thighs, you don't give a damn. As every cheek in this room prepares to give you a hand.
Yeah. Like that. Yes, I will. So far we're clean. So far. That doesn't mean that it'll last forever, but so far. You know what? I can resist the temptation no longer. We're going to use a little bit of Cobalteal here. I won't use it in the water because that will feel weird, but I think right here will be good. Because that'll show up a little bit on there and make it feel less like... It'll make it feel more connected to everything else. Like that. Yeah. Where did I pick that up from? It's somebody. Don't remember who, though. Yeah, damage the paper a little bit, not too bad. It's fine. I do think that the problem with a predict like that... Oh, there's another spot right there. I can see it. I can see it. I think the problem with the predict in this situation is that because I made the predict, I'm now thinking about it and being more careful. Which is kind of the point, I guess. Because Rainbow does that with whether or not she's going to get X step done in a painting, well, a digital art piece, too. So I've altered the events.
Build me a cradle and make it swing deep, and you can tell all the neighbors that I just went to sleep. You'd be lying if you settle for less. Oh, you'd be lying if you settle for less. Oh, you'd be lying if you settle for less.
I may end up coming back and
So just cut off my hands and
messing
watch
with some of this color some more.
undress.
Although, I guess I do want to darken up the back a little bit, which will change it a little bit. Let's see, we've got some right here. Got some right here. I think I'll probably add some yellow in other spots in the leaves too, so that doesn't look quite so different. Isolated. Doesn't look quite so isolated. That's what I want. That's what I want to say. Figuring out words, surprisingly difficult. Which we can pretend that's why I still haven't finished that story I've been writing. Versus me just straight up not working on it. Yeah, I think a little bit of yellow is gonna make that feel more like it's shining. Yeah. Good, good. Which I should have thought to add before, but we're adding it now, so it still counts. Okay. Are there other spots? I guess I'll add a little bit of yellow through here too. Do the same thing. Mhm. Yeah, for sure. So like one of the I do want to finish that story at some point, and I will. I'm gonna do it at some point. When it happens, nobody knows, but it will. But I also just kind of like have a fanfic stuck in my head that I'm never gonna write, and I'm aware of this. Because I just keep rotating my Blorbo in my head for Tigress Snow from Hunger Games. Am I ever going to write that? No. Who's got the time? Like, for real. Who has the time? Not me. I got too much other stuff going on. But I like thinking about it. And occasionally I make a Tumblr post about it, and that's as far as it's ever gonna go. But sometimes just thinking about stuff is as good as writing it, you know? Like, you don't get other people involved in it, but it's still creative, and it's still good for your brain to think about stuff like that. So okay, we're gonna try to do bubbles now. I'm scared. It's really what I need to do is just commit to the darks being dark, but that's scary. It's scary. I also need this paintbrush to be wetter. Come on, buddy. I need to remember that I don't need to add more blue to these because we're doing a wash over the top and it's going to be fine. Problem with these tiny brushes is they hold like no paint whatsoever. Which is why I usually use liner brushes, but maybe I'm gonna find a liner brush. This was the first tiny brush that I pulled out, but it's gonna annoy me. Oh, there's the other thing I was looking for. I found it! Ended up in the paintbrush pile, which makes sense, but let's try this guy. I love it! I love that bubble redeem, it's so funny. Do I ever actually remember to redeem it? No, but it's good. Let's try this. That's better. That's so much better. Goodness gracious. All right. Hydrate. I will momentarily. Let me get some of these bubbles down. I will also do stretchies. You got it. Oh, water drop. Get out of there. Okay. We're getting there. Cuckoo. We love a full package. Yes, I said it that way on purpose. Okay, stretching. Ugh. My fingers popped. That was fun. Okay, both sippy and stretchy accomplished. Use a little bit of white ink after we do the wash for the bubbles, but probably not actually. I probably shouldn't do that. It's gonna make it look weird. I mean, looking weird is not bad per se. It's going to make it look out of place in a way that I would not like it to. Bubbles and water droplets are like, they blow my mind. I don't get it. You can't even like see what I'm doing. I promise I'm making a difference on the page. It's just very small. Maybe this afternoon I will change my nails. Well, I probably should just take the wraps off and then leave them naked for a little bit. If I leave stuff on my nails too much, they get angry. Well, as angry as dead cells can get, I suppose. Okay, we're still clear on the paint hand front. Oh, yeah. It's interesting how when people are ill, they talk way more out of their chest. Just because your sinuses are stuffed up, usually. That's why. Because I definitely do that too. I also do that when I like vocal fry kind of thing. When I'm trying to be cool. I don't do it on purpose, but it is what happens. Yeah, it's definitely something you can learn pretty easily. Or just stumble into, I guess. Because I did singing when I was in high school and younger a lot. I kind of just do it for fun now, like singing along with my music or whatever. But I did like musical theater and choir and stuff like that. And my range was enough that I often ended up singing with the boys because they needed more tenors. Because in high school, there are never enough boys in choir. Ever. Never once in the history of mankind. Ooh, okay, I'll just throw that. That's fine. And then I'll just throw it in my paint water. All right. That guy just really wanted to drown himself. Come back here. There we go. I'm naming you Ophelia. You can stay out there and dry. We saved you. I do want to do, now that I've done that, just like a straight darker black on just the very edges here. That. We can manage our own narrative here. Ophelia didn't drown. She got in there, but she was rescued by a lifesaver. She's gonna be alright. And also we convinced her to dump Hamlet. Hamlet is legitimately my favorite Shakespeare play, but also she deserved better. I don't know what it is about bubbles that are so hard to conceptualize, but they are difficult. I don't know, like I know that I'm making this look like a bubble, but it doesn't look like a bubble to me. It's so weird. You also get a lot of leeway. This is going back to a point like way at the beginning of the stream. You also get a lot more leeway when you're drawing something really tiny, because you just kind of got to get the vibes right. If you draw something really big, then you have to get all the details in there, otherwise it doesn't look right. So maybe that is also why I like to do tiny drawings. I just like small art. I like things that are small. I guess I could have done that with Micron paint or Micron pen, and that would have been easier, but also like whatever. Okay, I think I need to let those bubbles dry and then it's wash time, but I also think that it's time for me to eat lunch. So I think that we're gonna leave it here. Maybe I will come back and do the wash on this tomorrow off stream. Maybe it'll just sit here until Tuesday. We'll see. Then we'll do like a big wash on it. Well, I'll do a big wash on it. We may not. I don't know. We'll see. We'll see how I'm feeling. Because I have plenty of other work to do that doesn't involve paint. So, because there's so much to do. There's so much to do all the time forever. It's exhausting. And you know what I'm actually going to do? I'm probably going to go play Stardew. Well, I'm also going to go watch Rainbow and eat lunch, but I think tonight is... Yeah, we're definitely raiding Rainbow. For shoresies. Let me close this out. Let me clean up my stuff a little bit here. I love that I got clean paper towels to use and then promptly used all the old messy ones. I did remember to bring them over though. Okay. Yeah, I was watching Trisha play on Wednesday and she finally got me. And so I finally started my individual farm and then promptly played for like 6 hours straight. I think it was maybe more than that. But you know how it is once you be hitting that dew. Okay, I'm gonna switch over to the ending screen. And I'm just gonna get started raiding because I don't know. I think that's the right way to do things. So here's raid messages. They're going to be popping into the chat in just a second. The first one has emotes that you can use if you are a subscriber. The bottom one has emotes that you can use anywhere. So you can copy and paste the one that applies to you. Let me finish the predict because my hands did remain clean for this entire stream. I'm not forgetting to do that. I'm doing it right now. Choose outcome. That's the button I want. Oh, I definitely had a typo in that. That's great. Love that for me. There we go. So congratulations. I will remind really quick because I keep forgetting to mention this. When we raid, if you want to help the other streamer and you're staying in the spot, make sure to refresh the page so that it doesn't have the raider tag on the end of the URL because Twitch counts those viewers differently. A quick way to do that is to just click on the icon that they have in the bottom corner that shows their user icon and then click it again, and that will remove the little tag at the end of the URL. But Twitch has made it so that that's more difficult to get rid of because they're little bastards. So, well, maybe big bastards, but you know how it is. Oh my god, I just hit my knee on the table! Why am I like this? Alright, let me... Oh, I should actually like pull up the other stream so that I don't just like miss everything. That's something else I should do. And I should also mute the tab so that you guys don't get multiple versions of the same sound. I know how to stream. I'm a professional. I don't know what you're talking about. Let me do the doobadoos here. Which is a technical term, the doobadoos. All right. We're gonna go raid Rainbow. Rainbow is super fun. She personally doesn't curse on stream, but we can curse all we want. I will see you guys on Tuesday. Thank you for being here. I really appreciate everybody who stops by, whether you chat or whether you lurk or whatever you're doing. I just appreciate getting to exist in the same time as you. Take care of yourselves. Be kind to yourselves. Remember you're loved because I love you. And if you can't take care of and be kind to yourself for yourself, please do it for me because I think that you're awesome and deserve nice things, even on the days when that's really hard. So make sure to do something kind for yourself today, okay? Do it and say, Katie wanted me to do this. I want to be the little voice in your head that makes you treat yourself better. Because sometimes it's like way easier when you have a different voice that you can blame it on. Because that's definitely how I ended up being better to myself, was because I said one of my friends would not want me to treat myself that way. I will see y'all on Tuesday and Friday. My work schedule is over, so we won't have as many weird things, but we may have other weird things happening with schedules. But we're gonna go bother Rainbow, and I'll see y'all next time. Bye.